Good day, dear students. Let's begin our next lecture. Today, we are going to talk about translation of proper names. We are going to talk about the types of them and the ways of translation into the target language. As we know, proper names, especially are written with capital letters. They can be names of specific person, place, or thing. From example, we can see Mr. Key, Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets, the Golden Gate Bridge. All of them are considered to be proper names. All the names that you see on the screen are also accepted to be proper names. The Gulf Stream, the Gulf of Mexico, the Emerald Island, and Celsius and Fahrenheit. All of them are written with the capital letters and are called proper names. Proper nouns can be personal names such as Jane, Mr. Brown, and Rex, and as well as geographical names like Africa, the Urals, and the Tower Bridge. And all the names specifically given to people or place names or the things, ideas are called proper nouns that you see on the screen. Names of the people as Miss Thomas, Uncle Fred, names of places, things, and ideas. Basically, nouns are classified as common and proper. Common nouns refer to a class of common things, and the proper nouns especially are the names of people, places, and the main things especially given. Some translators say that the proper names have no meaning and no need for translation. Proper names are never translated, seems to be deeply rooted in many people's mind. They say they are meaningless and there is no need for translation into the target language. They say many translators do not always use the same techniques with all the proper names or the particular text that they are translating. They may translate the same text, but they may translate proper names with different techniques. Some people may transliterate, some of them may translate, some of them may substitute. That you can see on the screen several methods of translation. Some of them so simply do not translate it and leave them out. They may use adaptation, substitution, or just they may use transcription, and so on. They try to give proper names translation in target language from their own point of view. And some translators say they are untranslatable words, but some group of people say they have got a meaning, and while translating, translators should give attention to the translation of proper names especially, and they should be more careful while translating proper names. So all the techniques you see on the screen are used by the translators while translating proper names. If we are familiar with the culture of the language, first of all we have to identify whether it is female or male person, whether it's pet name or place name. We have to identify the proper names classification, gender, and then we have to think about the translation. And some interpreters say that the proper names have got meaning and they can be sometimes translated, and translators carefully should have consideration of the meanings and in the translation process into the target language. Some people say proper names have got sense. They carry sense. They have meaning. They say transliteration transcription can be used, or can be partially translated, or they can be replaced with different names in the target language. So they can be transliterated, partially translated, or fully just transformed or rendered into the target language. So we can say point out concerning that official names have got official names in target language. So translator should give attention to the official name in the target language of any proper name. So they use the following techniques and in translating. For example, transliteration. You see on the screen, Malta, Malta, Waterloo, Waterloo. So transliteration, it means copying the letter of the source language as they consist in the target language. Or the word lapsin can be transliterated differently into the different languages you see on the screen: English, French, German, and so on. Or they may use transcription, copying the sounds from the source language into the target letters: Isaac Asimov, Watson, or just Waterloo, and so on. So they copy the sound form of the source language into the target language. So on the screen you see again the transcription. For example, Downing Street. Downing Street was copying out the sounds into the target language. Or Foley Square. Foley Square. They copied the sounds. Transposition. Transposition, that means they just give the meaning in the target language using the versions in the target language. For example, King Charles, Король, Karl, Karl, and so on. Next technique is calque translation. It means calque is translation by parts. Two parts or just two phrases will be translated just without changing the structure into the target language. Pacific Ocean, Тихий океан. If you see the example, you can see Pacific Ocean was translated into English. It is a phrase, yes, and it was translated into Russian language without changing its structure. It is called calque. HALF-CALQUES. They specially translate the first part or the second part of the word, and the second part is just transcribed. North Dakota, Северная Dakota. Only one part is translated into Russian language. Sometimes transcribing English sounds with Russian letters. Transcribing English sound with Russian letters, we can say the sound th sometimes corresponds to Russian T. Not Thatcher but Thatcher. Not Thackeray but Thackeray. Sometimes it corresponds to the Russian C, Glassworthy, Glassworthy, not the. Sometimes it's just gives the sound F, Athens, Athena. So names of towns and villages are examples of settlement names. There is no problem with the names of relatively unimportant settlements that are carried over and changed in translation. The town Rauma does not change its name, nor London. They can be imported and changed from source language text. Dr. Brown, without any change. You can so simply borrow the words or the proper name. Sometimes they can be modified to fit the phonological, graphological system of the target language. Dr. Brown, Dr. Brown. So we use target language letters and just fully give the translation. They modify. Next one, they may be perhaps replaced with the paraphrasing. Moscow, столица России. So we paraphrasing gives the meaning of the proper name. Or we can say Tashkent, столица Uzbekistan. Paraphrasing. So on the screen you can see the strategies for translating proper names. They can be copied, transliterated, substituted, translated in the footnotes, or replacement of a proper name using common nouns, non-literations or simply non-translation without translating, and so on. So that was it for today. Thank you very much for being with me. After the lecture, we can look through the PPT again and again, get to know more information. Thank you for being with me.